where did you grow up and how was it growing up there, my man?
I grew up in actually two different spots, man. From like a kid till like my teenage years, it was Orange County, Santa Ana, Anaheim area. And then my parents split up. So after that, my dad made a move to Hesperia, and it was back and forth from there until we just made it official and stayed up there. So I mean, I got 760 tattooed on my chest, so that's what it is.
That's right. And where are you residing now, generally speaking?
Everywhere, Southern California.
That's right. All right. So when did you start rapping, my man?
I started rapping when I was 15, 16. I saw my homie in my apartment complex. His name was SoCal. Not was it? His name's SoCal, and he was putting out mixtapes and shit. And I remember just looking at it. He just made it look easy, and he started off by putting me on his hooks. I would write hooks for him. I didn't even sing at the time. I didn't anything. I was just literally writing hooks for him to give to other people. And my brother wrote a remix to the Drake song Forever. And he told me to write a verse to it because he wanted to get all the homies on it. And I wrote my verse, and that was the first verse I ever wrote. And he flipped the fuck out. He was like, "Man, you gotta spit that, spit it one more time." And ever since then, I showed it to SoCal, and fucking the rest is history, man. I ain't stopped since.
That's right. Who would you say your influences are? It doesn't have to be someone famous. It could be your fucking Uncle Biff. I don't care. Who's your...
Honestly, my biggest inspiration to even start doing it, because I remember when the conversation came up with my dad. He was drunk. He was sitting there sipping on his 40-year-old English, and I told him I wanted to do music. And he just started freestyling off the top of his dome. This fool just started freestyling. It was crazy. Like, it wasn't nothing serious, like nothing hard. I'm sipping a 40, and yeah, I'm feeling kind of horny. Like, this fool was just, like, but he was going, and he was like, that's how easy it is to be a rapper. He's like, you know how easy it is to actually do it, to actually make it? Just know it takes a lot of work, but if you want to do it, just know anybody can do it. You just got to work at it. I'm like, man. So I sat there, and yeah, I said my dad probably. It sounds funny, but my dad was the biggest influence on me getting into it at first.
That's dope. That's dope. So, on your musical journey, where have you been? What projects have you released? And
Man, when it comes to like a music thing, like I said, from 16 to now, I've just been working on it constantly. So I remember I started off with a Rock Band microphone from the video game Rock Band. And I had a laptop that was about that thick when you close it, and it sounded like a jet engine was on when I turned it on. I had to have the laptop at one end of the room and put the microphone at the other end of the room just so you wouldn't get that static. You still hear it in the background. If you go and listen to all my old mixtapes, that you can hear that motherfucker loud and clear. But yeah, I probably put out about 10 mixtapes like that just for fun. And I wonder, everybody always told me the same thing, like, you got to get your quality up. You got to get your quality up. So the first, the first real project that I had amazing quality and everything was Peace, Love, and Hip Hop, was dropped around 2015. And that was all engineered and mostly produced by TY Exclusive. A beautiful project, man. And then we followed up the following year with Ego. And that's basically been about it, except a couple little features that I've put out, and they all been doing real good. Me and Misfit just reached 1 million views on one of the records that we did together. Nothing Was the Same. That's a beautiful thing. Me and FKM got a record out right now that's really making noise, and it's buzzing, and it's spreading all over the place, spreading like a virus. So, I mean, the work don't stop. But as for solo projects, man, the best is yet to come.
that's right. So, what was it like being a part of Brownside and Easttown Records and working with J.O.K.E.S and stuff like that?
If an experience and a half, dog. Like, that's the bare minimum that I can, like, put it in a nutshell. Like, it was just a huge experience. They gave me my foot into this whole, just like being a part of something that's actually moving, you know what I mean? And it's an absolute blessing. It's an absolute blessing to say that, yeah, I was in the studio with J.O.K.E.S and he guided my way through that one record that he had so much faith in, you know what I mean? He had so much faith in that damn song. And just being able to say that he guided me through that whole thing. Not only did we write the hook together, but you know what I mean, that just coaching me through how it should sound, how little things I should add in the background, man. Like, he just had an ear for that shit, and you could just tell. He'd stop me in the middle of my verse and say, no, hey, say it like this. I remember the original line. There's it says flossing on you fools and not giving a fuck. The original line was flossing on you bitches and not giving a fuck. He said, nah. We flossing on them. Hold up. He said, we're flossing on the fools, homie. Fuck the bitches. She's flossing on the fools in the club. Like, just say the fool. You motherfucker, make sense. All right, let's run it like that. So, man, just that's stories that I'm gonna tell my kids when they're older. You know what I mean? Like, being something a part of so legendary and something so respectful, man. It's something I'll never forget. That's for sure.
What upcoming projects you have coming up?
My main project that I got coming up right now, man, is it's actually called The Roots. It's fully produced by my homeboy Breeze. And the reason we called it The Roots was because the first producers that I was around, the only producer that I was around, even before I met a lot of people, you know what I mean, was through my boy Young Mike. Me and Mike were doing music and mixtapes together. And he introduced me to his boy Breeze. And he went by Loon in the past, you know what I mean? And we just got back in touch recently, and he's like, let's just give him something of that old shit. Because me and Mike used to do a lot of mixtapes together, you know what I mean? We used to do a lot of songs together and everything. And we kind of just took it back to that. So May 17th, by the time this motherfucker's out, you guys might have already heard it, but The Roots, man, it's a beautiful, beautiful body of work, and it just kind of happened out of nowhere, and that's how I know it's supposed to happen. But May 17th, y'all be on the lookout. I got some dope features on it, too.
All right. And do you have any words for the fans before we cut out?
Words for the fans, man. I love every single one of you guys, man. The love and support that I get from you guys on a daily basis is literally mind-blowing. It trips me out, like, to see how far shit goes when you just don't give up. And that's what I'm gonna tell everybody out there too, because I get that in my inbox a lot. Like, what advice you got for somebody that's trying to start rapping or trying to start doing this? Just don't give up. It don't matter what situation you're in. It don't matter where you're at. It don't matter where you're coming from, man. You can do this shit. And I know I'm far from where I want to be, but I'm far from where I was when I started. So, you know what I mean? Just know you can do this shit. And everybody that out there that support me, man, I love you guys. And in closing, the fucking best is yet to come. Just stay tuned, because we coming hard with this shit.